Culture change, person-centered care. I constantly talk about these topics, and there are a million subtopics within those content areas to talk about. I'm Dr. Jim. Thank you for being here, because what I really want to talk about today is culture change and money. So many experts have written about culture change and have pointed out the money-less features, the inexpensive features, including putting the resident in the center of the decision-making circle, being more attentive to needs and wants and wishes, preferences, and treating residents who live in nursing homes and assisted living with love, kindness, and respect. Those are the three pillars of person-centered care. And they are essential components for not only person-centered change, but the bigger picture, culture change. Although it does help to have some resources to help along the way on your road to culture change. Recent studies show that in skilled nursing, specifically skilled nursing, differences between Medicaid and Medicare residents do impact culture change efforts. So let's talk about that. Payer mix and reimbursement matter. Those are two things in skilled living that matter a lot. Payer mix, types of residents and the insurance they have, and reimbursement. So a key finding in a study that I just read a couple days ago by Chisholm and others, and it was 2018, found that despite the many benefits of culture change, higher levels of quality care, resident and family satisfaction, definitely a more home-like environment, there are certain money-related barriers that affect leadership's decision to implement features of culture change, namely reimbursement from either Medicare or Medicaid, as well as the resident population receiving care. All right. Medicare, Medicaid, and culture change. What are we talking about specifically here? According to Chisholm and others, the researchers, quote, nursing homes that rely heavily on Medicaid may have limited financial resources, which can limit the adoption of innovations, as Medicaid reimbursement is typically lower than private pay reimbursements, end of quote. Other researchers support this and report that nursing homes with fewer Medicaid residents are able to implement culture change. On the other hand, those nursing homes receiving Medicare dollars are more likely to implement more culture change features and practices. So Medicare, Medicaid matter when it comes to person-centered care and culture change. Now, management, leaders, administrators, DONs, RN supervisors, so on and so forth, they're in the middle. The management's always in the middle. What do we do? How do we handle this? How do we push forward with little resources? So, it's no secret, or it shouldn't be anyway, that skilled nursing facilities work on a very tight budget and pay a lot on their staff, benefits, and food for the residents. That's a huge tab. There are simply fewer dollars to put into culture change innovations. Managers are right in the middle of reimbursement, case mix, and Medicare or Medicaid, and sometimes private pay. That's always nice. And whether or not to implement the costlier features of culture change. And what would those be? We're talking about knocking walls down, repainting, building new areas. So we're talking construction and remodeling. Those are pricey. We're talking about creating better dining and leisure spaces, workout rooms, libraries, private dining, pubs, pool halls, cafes, tea houses, ice cream parlors. You see them, well, I see them because I'm in these buildings all the time, but those are cool features. Turning shower rooms into spas, and so on and so forth. Those examples require money. Reimbursement seems to influence management decisions in these areas and in others. So I have an article. It's online. If you're a reader, please read it. Share it with your colleagues. Share the video with your colleagues. Feel free to comment. So my final thoughts. While there are numerous features and practices involved in culture change, which don't cost a dime, there are many more that rely heavily on major financial investments. Managers have a budget, and the cost of doing business in skilled nursing is high, while profit margins are low. Sometimes in certain states, very low. All states are not created equal. It appears to some degree that resident case mix, Medicare, private pay, or Medicaid all greatly influence the decision to be or not to be in the world of culture change. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Please stay in touch. Keep coming back for more interesting information because I love researching and sharing it with you. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video because we have so much more to offer if you are looking for an online learning partner for your staff, compliance requirements, continuing education, tracking, reports, the ability to share documents, send messages, even track training that you're doing outside of the system. Collins Learning is waiting to become your online learning partner, and you will receive best-in-class customer service and support. So follow the link below. Check out Collins Learning today.